If you're a man over 60, there's something you're probably doing every single morning that might be quietly damaging your health. And the worst part? You've likely never been told to stop. It's not what you eat, not what you drink. It's what you do in the shower. Yes, the shower where most of us feel the safest, most relaxed. That place might be silently working against your body's deepest needs. For over 40 years, Dr. Henry Caldwell has treated men just like you. Strong men, wise men, but also men unknowingly, held back by tiny habits with big consequences. Today, we're going to shine a light on one of those habits. And if you care about your prostate, your comfort, and your future well-being, you'll want to stay until the very end. Let's start with the truth that surprises most. Excessively hot showers, especially long ones, are not as harmless as they feel. That steaming water cascading over your back. It feels heavenly on cold mornings or stiff joints. But when it hits your lower body, day in and day out, it gradually weakens the blood vessels near your pelvic area. Over time, this affects circulation where it matters most, around the prostate. Why should this matter to you? Because circulation isn't just about blood moving through your body. It's about oxygen delivery, waste removal, and inflammation control. Poor blood flow down there slows recovery, dulls sensation, and increases your risk of swelling and discomfort. If you're one of those men who enjoys a 20-minute steaming hot shower, you might also notice sluggish urination, that feeling of not fully emptying your bladder, or a strange pressure that doesn't quite go away. This isn't just aging. This is stress your prostate doesn't need. And there's more. Hot water temporarily relaxes your pelvic floor muscles. Sounds good, right? But if you're depending on heat to soothe tension, instead of strengthening those muscles through real movement or mindful breathing, you're slowly letting go of your body's natural control system. The result? Dribbling, urgency, incomplete relief. The exact signs of a prostate under pressure. This is where elderly wisdom becomes crucial. The kind of wisdom that teaches us less is more, especially when it comes to your body's most sensitive systems. So, what's the simple shift you can make starting today? Turn the temperature down. Keep the water warm, not scalding. Keep your showers under 10 minutes. Focus the water on your back, shoulders, or chest, but avoid targeting your lower abdomen or groin. These small changes support prostate health for seniors in ways medication never could. But that's only the beginning. Because the next habit we'll uncover is one almost every man believes is harmless. In truth, it could be the reason your symptoms haven't improved, no matter what you've tried. Let's keep going. Your body is ready for better. Most men believe that if something smells clean, it must be good for them. After all, isn't hygiene part of being healthy? But when it comes to the products we use, especially in the most delicate parts of our body, what seems clean can actually be causing hidden harm. And for men over 60, that harm shows up where it matters most. Your urinary comfort, your confidence, and yes, your prostate. Dr. Henry Caldwell tells the story of a man named Walter. He was 68, retired, in relatively good shape. But he came in one day complaining of tightness in his groin, a constant discomfort he couldn't explain. No burning, no infection, just a lingering tension. He had been to specialists, done the tests, taken the pills, but nothing changed until one very simple habit was addressed. Like many men, Walter had been using the same extra strength, heavily scented body wash for decades. The kind that promises deep clean and manly freshness. Every morning, he scrubbed it directly on his groin, thinking he was doing the right thing. What he didn't know was that each scrub was slowly stripping his skin of its natural defenses, triggering microscopic irritation below the surface. See, your groin isn't like the rest of your skin. It's thinner, more absorbent, more vulnerable. Harsh chemicals in scented soaps disturb the pH balance and create microinflammation. Tiny reactions you can't see, but your body definitely feels. And just beneath that irritated skin, the prostate. One of the most sensitive and inflammation-prone organs in a man's body. Now here's where elderly wisdom once again becomes powerful. When you've lived through decades, you know that it's often not the loud problems that get you. It's the slow ones, the quiet, persistent ones. The ones that don't scream until it's too late. Walter took Dr. Caldwell's advice. He switched from chemical-heavy soap to plain warm water for his groin. If he used soap at all, it was unscented, pH balanced and gently applied only on the outer skin, not scrubbed, not lathered aggressively. Within weeks, that nagging tightness began to ease. His flow improved. His comfort returned. Not because of a miracle pill, but because of senior hygiene advice rooted in common sense and respect for the body. So if you've been using those so-called powerful cleansers, thinking you're doing yourself a favor, it's time to think. Again, you don't need to scrub your skin like a greasy dish. You need to support it like a fragile system. Because that's exactly what it is. This small shift in your senior shower habits can have a big impact on elderly urinary health. You'll feel better, move freer, worry less, and the best part? It's not complicated. Gentle warm water. Mild, fragrance-free soap if needed. Rinse thoroughly. Never scrub or apply directly on the sensitive area. And always remember, the goal isn't to smell like a mountain breeze. The goal is to live in comfort with confidence and without irritation dragging you down. But before you think you've heard it all, let me tell you, there's one final shower habit, the most dangerous, the one almost no one talks about. Because it's not what you use, it's how you move. And for men's wellness after 60, this habit can quietly wreak havoc on the muscles, vessels, and organs that carry you through each day. That's coming up in the next part. Stay with me. It's worth it. If you found this insight helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content designed for healthy aging men with real solutions and grounded elderly wisdom. There's something almost every man does in the shower. It doesn't seem harmful. In fact, it often feels like nothing at all. But this one habit, done in silence, in repetition, is quietly applying pressure where your body can least afford it. And if you're a man over 60, this might be the exact reason you're experiencing discomfort, hesitation during urination, or that strange sense of pressure in your lower abdomen you just can't explain. Dr. Henry Caldwell calls it the silent strain. And it happens when you bend forward in the shower, washing your feet, scrubbing your legs, maybe even pushing slightly to urinate, while holding your breath or tightening your stomach. At first, these actions feel innocent, maybe even necessary. But over time, they become a source of mounting pressure. Literally. Here's why. Your lower abdomen, your pelvic floor, and your prostate form a delicate triangle of support. Every time you bend, grunt, or hold your breath during exertion, you increase intra-abdominal pressure, the force pressing downward from your chest to your pelvis. Imagine squeezing the top of a balloon. All that pressure needs to go somewhere. And in your case, it presses against the muscles that support the bladder, bowel, and prostate. Now, let's add age to the equation. After 60, your pelvic muscles naturally lose tone. If we keep straining them, especially unconsciously, we speed up that decline. And it doesn't take a dramatic event. It's the small, daily repetitions that do the most damage. This is why prostate health in seniors isn't just about diet or supplements. It's about movement, awareness, the way you treat your body even during something as routine as bathing. One of Dr. Caldwell's patients, Arthur, age 72, shared his morning routine. He was healthy, active, didn't feel sick, but noticed a new hesitancy when urinating. Not painful, just delayed. He'd also started waking up twice a night with urgency. Nothing in his medical history raised alarms, but then Dr. Caldwell asked him to describe exactly how he showered. Arthur paused, then admitted he bent over every morning to scrub his toes. No support, no breath control, no awareness. He was straining. Without knowing it, pressing his abdomen, holding his breath, and doing this every single day. The advice was simple, yet powerful. Adjust posture, manage breath, and reduce strain. Use a small shower stool if you feel unsteady. When reaching for your legs or feet, bend your knees instead of folding from your waist. Most importantly, never hold your breath. Let your body breathe naturally, especially during movements. If you need to urinate in the shower, don't push. Allow it to flow without force. Letting go is sometimes more powerful than holding on. These are not dramatic changes. But in the world of BPH management tips and long-term elderly urinary health, small changes make all the difference. Your prostate is under enough pressure simply by aging. You don't need to add to it with habits that wear it down. This is the kind of elderly wisdom that comes from paying attention. Honoring your body's signals. Respecting what it's quietly telling you before it starts to shout "dot" in a culture that tells men to push harder. Try tougher. Stay stronger. Sometimes the real strength lies in softening and easing back and giving your body the grace it's earned. And yet, most men never hear this. They go decades without knowing what's hurting them until symptoms appear. But not you, because now you know. And there's one more thing. It ties all these habits together. And it's what we'll explore in the final part. So don't go just yet. Your prostate deserves a few more minutes of your time. If this helped you see your daily habits in a new light, share this video with another man over 60. Let's pass on the kind of elderly wisdom that can truly change lives. The small habits that make a big difference. Let's bring it all together. You've learned about the heat, the soap, the strain. But what does it all mean for the everyday man navigating life after 60? It means you're in a moment of choice. Because now you're armed with awareness, and that's the beginning of transformation. See, many men reach this stage of life thinking the changes they feel in their body are inevitable. Slower flow, frequent urges, the sense that something just isn't quite right down there. They chalk it up to age. But the truth is, many of these symptoms are not just signs of aging. They're responses to how we've been treating our bodies. Day after day, year after year. And now, you have the chance to do something different. Dr. Henry Caldwell often reminds his patients, the body doesn't want perfection. It wants consistency, gentleness, understanding. That's what real elderly wisdom is all about, knowing when to push and when to step back, when to fight and when to heal. So, here's the recap, but let's think of it not as a checklist, but as a new way of honoring your health. First, turn the temperature down. Hot showers may feel good, but warm ones support your prostate. Less inflammation, better blood flow, more comfort. Simple as that. Second, treat your skin with care. Ditch the harsh soaps. Choose unscented, pH-balanced cleansers. Rinse gently. Let your body's natural barrier do its job. Don't over-sanitize what was built to protect you. Third, stop the strain. Posture and breath matter. Whether you're bending down to rinse or standing in stillness, stay mindful of how your body is positioned. Use a bench. Bend your knees. And above all, breathe. That one habit alone can change everything. These are not just hygiene tips. They're powerful strategies for prostate health in seniors, for healthy aging men, for those seeking lasting comfort and calm in their later years. They are ways of reclaiming the quality of your daily life without medication, surgery, or complexity. And they're often overlooked in a world that rarely talks to men about their senior shower habits. let alone how those habits impact men's wellness after 60. But here's the good news. You've just done what many never do. You've paused long enough to listen, to learn, to take in information that could make your next year more comfortable than the last. That is strength. That is wisdom. And that is exactly the kind of awareness that leads to long-term BPH management, better sleep, easier days, and greater peace of mind. So what now? Now, it's your turn. Go back into your next shower, not with fear, but with clarity. Adjust one thing, then another. Let the changes settle in slowly, like water over stone. And if this conversation has brought you any new insight, any spark of recognition or relief, then consider being part of something greater. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you never miss another piece of truth designed for your journey. But more than anything, share it. Pass this along to a friend, a father, a brother, or any man over 60 who might not realize that the smallest things he does could be shaping the way he lives. Because sometimes, the most powerful healing doesn't come from a pill, a procedure, or a prescription. Sometimes, it starts right there in the shower. This is your moment to change course, gently but deliberately. Thank you for watching. Stay wise, stay well. And remember, your body has been serving you for decades. It's time to start serving it back. A new way forward, living with awareness, not assumption. So here we are, at the end of this journey, but hopefully at the beginning of a new one for you. What started as a simple question, what could I be doing wrong in the shower, has become something deeper, hasn't it? It's no longer just about soap, water, or posture. It's about something much more personal. It's about how you care for the parts of yourself that no one sees. The quiet decisions, the unnoticed habits, the invisible strain. Because here's the truth. Men's wellness after 60 is rarely about massive overhauls. It's about subtle changes, thoughtful choices. It's about finally giving yourself the care you always gave others. And this matters. Now more than ever. As we age, our bodies speak in whispers. They don't always cry out, but they leave signs, hesitations when you urinate, a subtle pressure on your lower abdomen, a nagging tightness in your hips, or a vague fatigue that wasn't there before. Many men ignore these signs. Some accept them as normal, but you don't. After Dr. Henry Caldwell often says, your prostate is not asking for perfection. It's asking for peace. Peace from overheat, peace from irritation, peace from pressure. That's what the message has been all along. By applying these small, consistent practices, you're giving your body space to heal. You're reducing inflammation, supporting circulation, strengthening the pelvic floor. And most of all, you're stepping into the kind of elderly wisdom that separates those who merely age from those who age well. Let's say it one more time, not to repeat, but to reaffirm. Lower the temperature. Let warmth comfort, not scald. Protect circulation. Protect the prostate. Use gentle products. Your skin is not a battlefield. It's a barrier. Treat it that way. Avoid strain. No more holding your breath, bending without support, or pushing your body beyond ease. Breathe deeply. Move mindfully. These habits are not just about senior hygiene advice. They're pillars of long-term vitality, of freedom, of self-respect. And here's what I want you to remember. Change doesn't happen when we try to do everything at once. Change begins with awareness, with the courage to question, with one new choice, then another, until those choices become who we are. If you've been living under the assumption that discomfort is your new normal, I'm here to tell you, it's not. Not when you know better. And you do now. So my friend, let this be your moment. Step out of this video and into your next shower with intention. Pay attention. Adjust. Breathe. You're not just washing your body. You're shaping your future. And if this message helped you, even a little, please take a moment to help someone else. Like the video, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you never miss what could be the next turning point in your health journey. And most importantly, share this with another man, because there are millions of men over 60 who still don't know these truths, who are still hurting in silence, who are still doing what they've always done, simply because no one told them otherwise. You can be the one who tells them. This is how we pass down wisdom, not through lectures, through connection, through care, through quiet revolutions, one small habit at a time. You've taken the first step. Now keep going. This is Dr. Henry Caldwell reminding you, your health doesn't retire at 60. Your prostate still matters. Your comfort still matters. And above all, you still matter. From survival to stewardship, becoming the guardian of your own health. Let's take a breath together. Because now that you've walked through all 5 parts of this journey, you've likely begun to realize this was never just about the shower. It was about you, about your body, about your attention, about how easily years of assumptions can turn into discomfort, and how just a few moments of awareness can start to reverse that process. In this final stretch, I want to speak plainly, man to man. You survived a lot to get here. Decades of work, responsibility, pressure, pride. You've shown up for others more times than they'll ever know. That's a kind of strength the world doesn't always honor. But today, we do. And now, it's time to turn some of that strength inward. Because what's required of us after 60 is not the same kind of endurance we leaned on in our younger years. It's a different skill, a deeper one. Stewardship. And stewardship starts in the details. The temperature of your shower. The soap you trust with your skin. The way you breathe when you reach for your feet. These aren't small things anymore. They are the rituals of healthy aging men. Quiet acts of care that protect the parts of us that can't speak for themselves. Your prostate, your pelvic floor, your circulation. These systems are not asking for miracles. They are simply asking to be. Notice. You now carry with you a kind of elderly wisdom that is rare in the world of men's health. You understand that BPH management tips are not just found in clinics and prescriptions. They're found in morning routines, in small decisions repeated daily, in choosing comfort over force, awareness over assumption, gentleness over grit, and there's a legacy in that, because the men who listen, the men who adjust, the men who grow even in their later years, those men become examples for sons, for grandsons, for communities. They become the ones who quietly, humbly, change the story for everyone who comes after. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. You're not too old to change. You're too wise not to. You've earned the right to feel better in your own body. You deserve a morning that doesn't start with pressure or end in frustration. And you have the power to create it with every choice you make from this point forward. So go now. Go back to your day with your head a little higher, your shoulders a little looser, your understanding a little deeper. And if this series has given you even one helpful shift, even one moment of relief or clarity, then please do one more thing for yourself and for someone else. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell so you get the next insight when it arrives. And most of all, share this with another man. You never know who's quietly struggling, who's waking up with questions they've never said aloud, who's one small truth away from peace. This is how we build real wellness, man by man, moment by moment. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing yourself. And thank you for being part of a generation that knows how to adapt, how to endure, and now, how to thrive. Until next time, this is Dr. Henry Caldwell reminding you, stay sharp, stay kind to your body, and stay wise because wisdom is the most powerful medicine of all.